All right, gang, I think we're live. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope everybody's had a good Monday. Hope it's been good for you. Orioles in Chicago to face the White Sox. Who knows? I mean, we think we know what's going to happen with this series, but you just never know. Every time I think the O's are going to be doing something better, they come around and they play terrible. So, who knows what's going to happen today. But good to have everybody in here. Welcome in, everybody. It is baseball night. We're going to have a good time tonight. O's, White Sox. Whew, Orioles need a win, and they need it bad. Coming off a sweep at the hands of the lowly Pirates in Pittsburgh. And I'm sorry, a lot of people are probably upset with me about that. I still don't think the Pirates are a very good baseball team. I just think the Orioles are worse. But anyway, we'll see what happens tonight. Orioles, White Sox. For the White Sox, Mydroth is leading off, playing second. Murakami at first base batting. Mydroth at second base is batting first. We have Murakami at first base batting second. Vargas batting third at third base. Batting fourth at shortstop is Montgomery. Fifth in left field, our old buddy, Austin Hayes. Batting sixth at DH is going to be Benintendi. Batting seventh and catching is Quero. Batting eighth in right field is Peters. And batting ninth in center field is Acuna. And pitching for them is going to be Mr. Hill. It's going to be Derek Hill is on the mound for the... Now, that can't be right. Let me check. Hold on. Let me look at that again. Hold on one second. No, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. Grant Taylor, righty, is on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. I'm all over the place today. 2.25 ERA on the season so far. For the O's, a couple changes. We have Taylor Ward batting first in leadoff. Batting second at shortstop is Gunnar Henderson. Batting third at first base, Pete Alonso. Fourth in catching is Adley Rutschman. Fifth in right field is Tyler O'Neill. Sixth in DHing is Ryan Mountcastle, only getting his second start of the season. Seventh in center field is Colton Cowser. Eighth and third base is Kobe Mayo. And batting ninth at second base is Jeremiah Jackson. So, if you're the Orioles, you got to really, really hope that you get some production out of Kobe Mayo, Colton Cowser, and Jeremiah Jackson at the bottom of the order. They've really struggled this year, and they need to find a way to do better. They really, really do. Let's hope they do, because the Orioles need it, and they need it bad. Anyway, good to have everybody here. Let me see who's in here right now. Let's see. We've got Jeannie's here. Welcome in, Jeannie. Good to see you. Appreciate you voting. And Daniel Berry Sports. 6 people watching, 2 people commenting. Good to have everybody here. Again, Orioles coming off a sweep at the hands of the Pittsburgh Pirates are 3-6. They've really got to find a way to turn it around. For the Orioles, they did have a roster move today. One move and then a corresponding move. Dietrich Enns was placed on the injured list, which is not good. Yet another pitcher going down for the Orioles. And to replace him, the Orioles have called up Brandon Young. Brandon Young has been called up, and he is actually going to be starting for the Orioles tonight. So we'll see what he does against the Chicago White Sox this evening. Fingers crossed. Anyway, everybody, good to have you all in here. The light goal is going to be 40, just like it always is. And we right now are already at 12 likes, which is fantastic. So 8 more and we'll be halfway there. Anyway, good to have all of you here. We appreciate all of you being here. It's always a blast having everybody in here. And we'll see what the Orioles do tonight. Ray J, what's going on? Good to see you, bud. Got some Advil I got to take. 7:40 tonight is the start time because, well, they're in Chicago, and Chicago's an hour behind us. Guys, let me know if you can see me. Hopefully you guys can see me. And just like that, we're up to 15 likes. Thanks, everybody. That's a great start. Wow, look at that. Thank you all so much. That's an incredible start already with 7 people in here. Sony! Sony 4K is in the house as well. Welcome in, Sony. Good to see you. Again, we've been talking about it for a while now. We've done 3 games. We've actually done 3 games so far for the Orioles this year, and we are 0-3. We may not be doing too many more games if this keeps up. I can't call ball games if every time I call a game they lose. Jeannie, you're in Chicago? I didn't know that. Or you're out that way? I didn't know that. I don't know why I didn't know that, but I didn't know. I did not know that. Anyway, gang, we're getting ready to get going here on the game. Game time is 7:40 Eastern time, so we're almost there. North of Chicago. Okay, good. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, just making sure. I think one of the things I've noticed with the Orioles that they did last year so much, and it's been such an issue, is falling behind early in ball games. They're falling behind way too early in ball games. And they just don't have the capability of being a comeback team. Now, when I say comeback team, I'm not talking about, okay, you're down 1-0 in the second inning, and then you come back and you win the game. Obviously, that's considered a comeback because you were down at one point, and you came back and won. I'm talking about if they get down 3-0, 4-1, 5-2, they're just not a good team. They can't come back from that. And it showed the other day they got down 8-0 on the Pirates, and you're just not coming back from that. All right, got to get something real fast. Hang on, gang. I have to clean my glasses off so I can see. But anyway, so Brandon Young is on the mound. We're going to see how he does tonight for the Orioles. Sometimes he can be really good. Other times he's not. I know that he last year had one game where he was excellent. He almost no-hit the Houston Astros in Houston. And Houston's a very good team. And then, he had 8 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 6 Ks. He lost a perfect game in the 9th inning. But other times he would go and he's terrible. He'd be lucky if he gets 2/3 of an inning and he'll give up 6 earned runs. So we'll see which Brandon Young shows up tonight. 9 people watching. Good to have all of you in here. We're going to watch the O's play the White Sox. Orioles have actually won. If I read correctly, I read somewhere that the Orioles have actually won 9 in a row. Orioles have actually won 9 in a row. 8 in a row in Chicago, or at Wright Field against the White Sox. 8 in a row. That's saying something. That's not easy to do. We'll see if they can continue that tonight. They really need to. Let's see where we are with the game here. I want to make sure we're up to date on the game. Up to date, not falling behind. That's the one thing we do not want to do. No falling behind on the game today. We got to be up and ready to go. Again, for the Orioles, you're going to have Taylor Ward, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso at your 1, 2, 3 with Adley Rutschman in the 4 hole. As the Orioles are looking to try to find a way to get off the schneid here. 3 straight losses. They've lost 5 out of 6. They need a win. And already we got 16 likes. You guys are amazing. Great job, everybody. If you're in here, let me know where you're from. Would love to hear from you. Let me know where you're from, what city you're from, who you're rooting for. Love to hear from you. All right, here we go. It looks like we're up to date, so that's good. If you're the Birds, you're probably looking to get out to an early start. Get out to an early lead. Try to find a way to get a lead early. Hold on to that lead and go from there. Let's see what they can do with it. Again, Taylor Ward, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, Adley Rutschman, Tyler O'Neill, Ryan Mountcastle, Colton Cowser, Kobe Mayo, Jeremiah Jackson. And Taylor Ward has actually done a really good job. Grant Taylor, 4-2, 4 games this year, 2 starts, 2.25 ERA. He's off to a really good start. No home runs given up, 13.5 Ks per 9 innings, 4.5 walks per 9 innings. So that's pretty high. So we'll see how he does. Taylor's set. He's at the belt. First pitch to Taylor Ward is a strike right there, 0-1. Ward's actually done a really good job. 343 hitter. He's got like a 395 on-base percentage, which is really good. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Outside. Ball 1. 1-1. 1-1. 10 people watching. Our likes are up to 16. Thank you, gang. No home runs for Taylor Ward yet. 36 last year. None this year. 1-1 pitch is called strike at the knees. 1-2. Grant Taylor, he'll get the ball up there. That was a fastball clocked at 99. So he's got some pop on his fastball. Hey, Slicer, welcome in. 1-2 pitch. Outside off the corner. And it was just outside. It was high enough, but it was outside. 2-2. That was a slider. Two-two pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled back. 99 on that fastball. So he's bringing it tonight. Two-two pitch again. Inside. Fastball. Ball 3. 3-2. So a 3-2 count on Taylor Ward. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do as a leadoff hitter. Work the count. See what you can do. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. There's a line drive. That's going to be in the gap. In left center field. That ball's going to get all the way to the wall. Taylor Ward's easily going to cruise in to second base with a leadoff double. And Taylor Ward again. That's what the Orioles are doing now whenever they get an extra base hit or a hit. Taylor Ward with the leadoff double right down Broadway on a 3-2 pitch, and he did not miss it. He grooves it into left center field for a leadoff double. Very nice. That's going to bring Gunnar to the plate. Here's Gunnar. He is ready. First pitch to him. Here it comes. Curveball strike just at the bottom of the zone. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back. So quickly 0-2. Yeah, Slicer is. That's a good start. We'll take whatever we can get. What we need to do now, Gunnar, even if Gunnar doesn't get hit, he's got to hit it to the right side and get himself, at least get the runner to third. Ground ball to the second baseman or first baseman right here. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. See, that's just bad. That's just bad. That's a bad at bat by Gunnar Henderson. You got an 0-2 count. You got a ball up here. It's going to be a ball out of the zone. And he chases for strike 3. So strike out to Gunnar Henderson. That's 1 down. That's just bad fundamental baseball. And it's been an Achilles heel for the Orioles this year and last year. They can't get runners over. First pitch to Alonso is low. Ball 1. It's just not good baseball, guys. It's just not. It's just not good baseball. I'm sorry. I love my team, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Gunnar's got to be better than that. 1-0 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Outside, ball 2. Yeah, definitely no discipline at all, Slicer. That's a bad at bat. Just the problem is right now the Orioles players, especially the young hitters, are trying to do way too much. Here's Alonso. 2-0 pitch to him. There's a pop-up. Second baseman's under it. Here comes the outfielder. The right fielder. The right fielder calls him off and comes in and gets it. That's the second out of the inning. My gracious. So your 2 big guys, Gunnar Henderson strikes out. Pete Alonso pops out. So a leadoff double, and they can't even move him to third. My gracious, man. That's just Bad, 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 bad. So they can't even move him to third. And so now it's up to Rutschman. 333 hitter on the year, no home runs, 2 RBIs. He's had a good start. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1. Another fastball, 98 on that 4-seamer. Just not good. Not good by the Orioles right now. Just not good baseball. Are we up to 19? We are. We're up to 19 likes. Thanks, gang. All right, 1-0 count on Rutschman. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Here's a curveball at the bottom of the zone. It's called a strike. 1-1. Thanks, everybody, for the likes. Appreciate all of you being here. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Right field. Hit pretty well. It's going to be playable, though. They're going to get out of this. And at the track, it's caught by the right fielder, Peters, and that's your inning. Wow. That's just terrible. No runs, 1 hit, a man left. Whoa, I meant to change that. Let me get that changed. Bottom of the first coming up. Let me get that changed. Sorry, guys. Whew, bad baseball. And again, it's the reason why the O's. That's why the O's are where they are in the standings. And it's why they are where they are in the wins and losses and just the way they've been playing. Just not good baseball. When you don't play well and you don't get the runners in scoring position in, this is what happens. You lose ball games. Yeah, Slyster, it's definitely been a pattern for a year and a half. You can't, and the bad part about it is, and yes, I am going to beat them while they're down. I'm going to beat a dead horse here. You can't even get him to third base. You lead off double, and you don't even get him to third. That's 3 bad. I mean, Gunnar put one to the wall, but not Gunnar. Gunnar, terrible at bat. Strikeout on 3 pitches. Pete Alonso gets popped up, and then Adley hits one basically to the fence. He got a good piece on that. Just stayed in the ballpark. It's just not good baseball. I hate to say it. I love the Orioles. They're easily my favorite team. If you guys know me, you know that. But man, they are just not good. And Slyster, you're 100% correct. The little things. It's absolutely correct. The little things make all the difference in the world. All right, here we go. So Brandon Young on the mound for the Orioles. Last year he had 12 starts for the O's. He had a 1-7 record with a 6.24 ERA. We'll see what that means this year. He throws a 4-seamer. He throws a slider. He throws a splitter, a sinker, and a curve. First pitch, here we go. Ball low, 1-0. Mydroth, 200 hitter, is in the box for the Chicago White Sox. Bottom of the first inning, no score. 1-0 pitch, here it comes. That ball is high, 2-0. Well, Slyster, I don't think you're going to bunt when you got Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, and Adley Rutschman coming up. You get a leadoff bunt, and you get a leadoff double when you're at the bottom of the lineup. Okay, I can see that. These are your big guys. They get paid to get the big hit. 2-0 pitch is a ball 3. So just like that, Brandon Young, first hitter, and he's behind 3-0. Yeah, Slicer, I don't think I would. Jeff, welcome in, because nobody teaches these guys how to bunt anymore. It's a lost art. Good evening, all. Good evening, Jeff. Welcome in. There's a strike, 3-1. Again, Jeff, I don't know, though. I'm not going to have Gunnar bunt. I'm not going to have Pete Alonso bunt. And I'm probably not going to have Adley Rutschman bunt. Those guys are paid big money to get the big hit. There's a ball 4. So a leadoff walk. That's the thing for me. I understand everybody's concept, what they're saying. I get it. I can't have the, You're paying Pete Alonso $158 million not to bunt. And not only that, if he bunts him over anyway, it's 2 outs because he's not beating a bunt out. Here's a Munetaka Murakami. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike. 0-1. Slicer, I'm with you. I get it. And I'm not saying necessarily it's wrong, but I don't know. And who knows? Here's a 0-1 pitch, is a curveball low. I don't even know if they could bunt even if they wanted to. I'm sure Pete Alonso can't bunt. He'd probably never bunted in his life. And that's a guy that averages 40 home runs a season. Here's the 1-1. That's a ball low, 2-1. Yeah, I mean, if Gunnar can get a bunt down and gets him to third base, then you got 1 out. Pete Alonso still pops up. The run doesn't score. Adley Rutschman still flies out. The run doesn't score. 2-1. Here's a pitch. Here's a strike just at the bottom of the zone. 2-2. No, Jeff, you're right. They're not driving guys in swinging away. I agree. Two pitch on the way. Here it comes. Nope. Throw over to first. And Mydroth is back. Jeff, your point is taken. I get exactly what you're saying. And I don't disagree. I think, the Orioles have to find ways to manufacture and generate runs. And they're just not doing it. Wow, 22 people watching. Welcome in, everybody. Be sure to hit that like button. 2-2 pitch. No! Oh, he almost throws it away. Brandon Young went over to first to try to pick him off and fell as he was throwing. And a nice play by Pete Alonso to save an overthrow. So it's the second disengagement. And he doesn't get the runner. So now he's either got to pick him off or he's got to go to the plate. So 2-2 count on Murakami. Man on first, nobody out. Welcome in, everybody. Well, we got the 20 for a second there. 22 people came in. I don't know where they came from. Here's the pitch. Ball low, 3-2. It's the most frustrating thing if you're an Orioles fan is when you watch the Orioles is the lack of being able to execute. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. His only play is going to be the first. And they get the out at first base, but the runner does move up the second. It was a 3-2 count. The runner was going on the pitch. And good thing he was. Otherwise, that would have been a double play. So smart by the White Sox to move have the runner going. It keeps them out of a double play, and now they got a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. That's going to bring Miguel Vargas to the plate. Brandon Young is set. Nope. Throws back to second, and the runner is back. Vargas on the season, 276 hitter, 1 home run, 7 RBIs already, 941 OPS. Good start for him. Here's a pitch. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, backhanded by Gunnar. Looks the runner back, throw to first, just in time. Needed a strong throw. Vargas was getting down the line, but Gunnar throws him out, holds the runner, so now there's 2 down, and there's still a runner at second base. And that's going to bring Colson Montgomery, 226, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, coming to the plate. First pitch to him, here it is. High, ball 1. Throw down to second. Nope, the runner's back. And the Orioles are really doing whatever they can to keep that runner close to the bag and not allow him a really large secondary lead. Because they've tried pickoffs. They've already thrown behind him at second base. They really want to make sure this run doesn't score on a base hit. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a foul back. 1-1. That would have been a ball. Montgomery helped him out there. That ball was up and in, and he was swinging, and he fouls it back. So 1-1. Thanks, everybody, for the likes. I think we're up to 20 now on likes. That's amazing. Appreciate it. 1-1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a swing and a miss. Strike. 1-2. Really nice splitter right there by Brandon Young. That ball just was right over the plate and just kept tailing away from the hitter. Very nice pitch there. So a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that's the inning. Great job by the Birds there. No runs, no hits, one man left. We're going to head to the top of the second inning. No score. Nice job. Brandon Young got out of it. Got to give him credit for that. He did good. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. It means a lot. Appreciate all of you. We're already at 21 likes. You guys are amazing. This is fantastic. Love seeing it. Appreciate it very, very much. We're going to have fun tonight. Hopefully the Orioles can pull a win and get back on the winning side of things. Yeah, Jeff, the Orioles put Dietrich Enns on the injured list. Again, another pitcher goes on the injured list for the Orioles. And they called up Brandon Young as a corresponding move, and they had Brandon Young pitch today. So this is kind of the state they're in right now. They've lost Eflin. Now they've lost Dietrich Enns. They still don't have Keegan Aiken. Geraldo went on the DL as well. So they can't seem to stay healthy, period. It's starting to become a major issue. We'll see. All right, Orioles, here we go. Need some runners now. They need to do something here. 21 likes already. You guys are amazing. Thanks, everybody. 11 votes, too. Love seeing all the votes. Good job, everybody. All right, Eric Fetty is now in the game. And he's going to pitch to Tyler O'Neill. And that ball is out of the zone, but it's called a strike. 0-1. So Taylor's out of the game, and now Eric Fetty's in the game. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1, 1-1. O'Neill's off to a slow start. 150 right now. But he is playing. He's not hurt. 1-1 outside. He checks his swing. That's 2-1. To his credit, this is game 10, and he hasn't gone on the injured list yet. So we got 10 games out of Tyler O'Neill. 1-1, 2-1 pitch coming. There's a line drive right to the second baseman. Short hops it, throws to first, and that's the first out. Joe, Jedi Master Joe, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you hit that like button as you're coming in. Good to have you here. So that's one down. Ryan Mountcastle getting only his second start of the season. He is set. Here's the pitch to him. It's high, ball 1. That's a good take. Again, I think the Orioles, sometimes I got to wonder if the Orioles are guessing at the plate, because sometimes they swing at pitches that are so bad, I'm like, what are you swinging at? 1-0 pitch is swing and a miss, strike, 1-1. .200 hitter on the season. He's 1 for 5 so far this year. He's only gotten 5 at bats. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a foul. 1-2. That ball was out of the zone. So Mountcastle quickly down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out in the inning so far. O'Neill hit that ball hard. He hit it sharp. He just hit it right at him. 1-2 pitch. Fetty is ready. Here it comes. Swinging a foul. That ball's going to get out of play. Joe, I love the fact that they can challenge the pitches. I've said this on my previous broadcasts. I think every single pitch should be an ABS pitch. Because of exactly what you just said. The ump needs to get it right every single time. 100% of the time. I don't believe in this human error crap. I think that's the dumbest thing ever. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back again. I think that every single pitch, if it's not swung at, should be called by the ABS system. Should just be called by the ABS system. Put a mic in his ear, and when the pitch crosses the plate or goes by, if you hear a beep, it's a strike. If you don't, it's a ball. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a foul back again. So good at bat here by Mountcastle. Obviously, if he swings and foul tips it, fouls it off, swings and misses, the umpire can make the call. You still have to have an ump behind the plate. There's so many different things that you need him back there for. But to call balls and strikes, have the ABS system do it. Every single ball. Every single pitch. What's up, Richard? The legend. R. Johns, welcome in. Here he comes. 1-2 pitch on the way. Struck him out. Terrible at bat. Ball low and away. And Mountcastle can... I don't even know what he's swinging at there. What are you swinging at? And the thing about that is, Mountcastle, I just don't understand it. So 1 down, or 2 down in the inning. Here's Colton Cowser. Speaking of strikeouts, my gracious. Cowser, no home runs, 1 RBI so far this season. There's a ground ball right to the first baseman on 1 pitch, and Cowser is out. And that's your inning, folks. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 2nd inning coming up. No runs, no hits, no errors, no offense for the Orioles whatsoever. My gracious. Yeah, but here's the thing about that, Slyster. You say they should trade Mountie. The problem is, what are you going to get? You're not going to get anything for him. With the way he's produced over the last few years, he's a free agent at the end of the year anyway. There's no value in him. There's no value, or whatever value, or there's only low value for him. So even if that's the case, what are you going to get for him? Right? I mean, what are you going to get? So I understand what you're saying. I don't see where there's anything there that they can do that's going to give them any sort of value, or that other teams are going to find value in him. Yeah, Jeff, it is. It's like a broken record with Ryan Mountcastle. And that's my biggest beef with this team. You know, they always say that when players come up in baseball, they do well, right? Or they have their moments, and then the league will adjust to them. And then good players adjust back. A guy like a Ryan Mountcastle is not adjusted back. They saw what he can hit, they know what he cannot hit, and they throw him what he cannot hit, and he can't lay off of it. He cannot adjust back. It's an issue for him, and that's the problem. All right, here we go. Brandon Young is ready. First pitch, here it is. There's a curveball. No, slider, strike, 0-1. Austin Hayes at the plate, everybody. Former Oriole, Austin Hayes. Here he is. 194 hitter, 1 home run on the season. 0-1 pitch, outside, ball 1, 1-1. Cut him. They're used to wasting contracts. Well, it's not even really a waste. He's still within his first 6 seasons. So he never really got a contract other than his rookie, basically his first rookie contract. 1-1 pitch. That's out inside, ball 2, 2-1. It's like anything else. Remember, the first couple years, the team can pay you what they want. After that, you start going to arbitration. This was his final year arbitration. They agreed on the contract. He's free agent at the end of the season. 2-1 pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. I'd liked when Austin Hayes was here. I always liked Austin Hayes. I never thought he was a long-term solution for the Orioles. Just didn't think he was good enough. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Outside and low. Ball 3. 3-2. Hey, Victor, welcome in. I thought he was a fine player. I didn't think he was a starter. I didn't think he was a regular, everyday player. And when he left, he did nothing when he left. He did okay in Philly. He did okay with Cincinnati, but nothing major. 3-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. Base hit into left field, and just like that, he proves me wrong. And there's a leadoff single for Austin Hayes. Good for him. I like Austin Hayes. I do. I wish he was a better player. He played hard when he was here, but I always found him, in my opinion, he wasn't a starter. He just was one of those guys. He's a bench guy, a part-time player, and the Orioles saw him as a starter, and he just wasn't that guy. Here's Benintendi, first pitch to him, swinging a foul back, 0-1. Again, I do like him, though. Don't get me wrong. I do. I like Austin Hayes. But I hope he doesn't have a good day today. Although he's off to a good start. Look at that. 24 likes. 19 people. Welcome in, everybody. It's Orioles baseball, and we're having fun. 0-1 pitch. There's a strike right there. 0-2. Benintendi checked his swing, but I'm not really sure why. That was right down the middle. So quickly, 2 strikes on Benintendi. Let's see what Brandon Young can do with it here. He really needs to keep this ball low in the zone, see if he can induce a ground ball or a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Yeah, it was low. In the dirt. 1-2. We did know O'Hearn was not a free agent. We traded him and Laureano out to San Diego. I don't remember who they got for him, to be honest with you, Jeff. 1-2 pitch on the way. Check swing. They're going to check it third. Did he go? He did not go. So 2-2 is the count. I'm not a fan of O'Hearn. I've never thought O'Hearn was that good either. I think he's a bit player as well. I just don't think he's that good. 2-2 pitch. Inside. Ball 3. 3-2. He's off to a good start with Pirates, though. He beat us up. So, we'll see. Full count on Benintendi. Brandon Young, nope, throws to first. Make sure Austin Hayes doesn't go too far. Walt, you remember the Orioles theme song, Orioles Baseball? Yeah, before Chuck Top, yeah. Yeah. Orioles Baseball. It's father and son having fun together. I remember that. 3-2 pitch. There goes Austin Hayes. Oh, that's a fly ball to right field. That ball's hit really well. Back at the wall. He catches it. Tyler O'Neill catches it. Austin Hayes has got to race back to first base. He's going to get back. Benintendi just misses a home run. That ball was caught at the wall by Tyler O'Neill. Woo! I thought we were behind again, but nope. He caught it. Brandon Young can breathe a sigh of relief there. My gracious. That ball was center cut. Benintendi just missed it. Here's Quiro, or Kiro. I'm not sure how he says it. Edgar Kiro. First pitch to him. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. We got 25 likes already. We're trying to get to 40. 18 watching. I hope you subscribe and come back for more. We got another game at the end of the week against the Giants coming up. Throw over to first. Is it there? Oh, Austin just got back in time. That was really close. Good swipe tag by Alonso, but he got back. So 0-1 count to Edgar Kiro. Young is set. Nope. Throws over to first again. And he almost falls again. What is going on with these guys? Brandon Young has thrown over to first for the second time on Austin Hayes. And for the second time when he threw over, he almost fell again. Nope. 0-1 pitch is a foul back. 0-2. So quickly 0-2 on Edgar Quiro here. And again, here's a spot where if you're Brandon Young, you're ahead in the count 0-2. You don't have to throw a strike here. Just throw a competitive pitch. There goes Austin Hayes. Swing and a miss! Throw down to second. They got him! He is out! To strike him out, throw him out by the Orioles. It wasn't the greatest throw by Adley. It was a one-hopper. But it was there. It was on target, which was the most important thing. And they got him. No runs, one hit, nobody left. We're heading to the top of the third inning. No score, guys. Strike them out, throw them out by the Orioles. That was nice, actually. That was really nice. I liked seeing that. Yeah, the throw by Adley was a one-hopper, but at least it was on target, right to Gunnar at short. And all he had to do was, just pick the one hop and put the glove down. And Austin Hayes was out by a good 3 feet. So that was nice. Good job by the O's there. 26 likes. You guys are amazing tonight. Thank you, everybody, so much. It definitely means a lot. We might tonight. We might make our goal tonight. You never know. We might get there. Our poll's got 15 votes. Who do you think is going to be the star of the game? Is it going to be Gunnar, Murakami, Pete Alonso, or is it going to be Austin Hayes? Austin Hayes has got a base hit so far. So in my opinion, of the four, he's the guy right now. All right, let's get ready here. The O's need to get something going, guys. Let's go, O's. Get it going. Walt, did you see the guy the other night that robbed 3 home runs in the game? Yeah, I did see that, Jeff. Adele. With the Angels. Joe Adele, I think it was. Yes, I did see that. That was kind of neat. I thought that was kind of neat. All right, here we go. Kobe Mayo at the plate. First pitch to him. Here it comes. That ball is just at the top of the zone. A cutter, and it's called a strike. 0-1. I appreciate everybody coming in here. We have 14 in right now. We got up to 22. 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1-1. Guys got us to 25 likes already. Don't forget, when we get to the end of the 5th inning, we'll give you scores around the league. There's a ball low. Oh, and it's called a strike. So he's definitely calling the low strike tonight. 1-2 on Mayo. Eric Fetty's now in the game. For the White Sox. 1-2 pitch. Here's a fly ball, and that's going to be foul out of play. Not a lot of fans in the stands at Chicago, and I guess rightfully so. They're not a very good team. Well, they got a better record than the Orioles right now. They're 4-5. The O's are 3-6. Oh, Kobe Mayo calls time. One-two pitch on the way. Here it comes. Outside. Ball 2. 2-2. Two-two pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And those are the types of pitches that are excellent pitches by Eric Fetty. Because it's out of the zone. It's a ball. but it's a competitive enough pitch that you're going to get the hitter to offer at it. And the Orioles hitters do not have enough discipline and, in my opinion, enough confidence in their ability to hit to lay off a pitch like that. Here comes Jeremiah Jackson. Slow roller to short. He's got it. Throw to first. And that's quickly 2 down for the O's. It's one of the things that the Orioles pitchers have not been able to execute are those 2-strike competitive pitches that are not strikes, but close enough that you can get hitters to offer at. We haven't been able to do that. That was a good pitch by Fetty on Mayo right there. We're back to the top of the lineup. Here's Taylor Ward. Again, he doubled his first time up and was stranded at second. They didn't get him past second. 1-0 pitch. That's high. Oh, and he called it a strike. Oh, I'd be tapping my head on that one. That one was a ball. So 1-1. It should be 2-0. Instead, it's a 1-1 count on Taylor Ward. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. 1-2. Victor says, have you noticed a lot of stadiums aren't full? Most are half empty. You think it's the weather? It's weather related. I think it's part of it for sure. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Here's a fly ball. Hit pretty well. Looks like the right fielder's going to get there. And yes, he is. He's got it. That's the inning. So the Orioles get nothing again. No runs, no hits, no nothing. Bottom of the third inning coming up. Man, we are not playing well whatsoever. Just not good at bats across the board. This team can't score runs. You know what, Slicer? I don't know. I mean, the other night in the game where they lost 3-2 to Pittsburgh, they had early on, they had some challenges and they lost. And late in the game, they had an opportunity where they should have had a strikeout on a hitter, but they couldn't challenge it, and it cost them the game. And I don't know if they're a little gun-shy now to calling those challenges. I definitely think a couple of those pitches there were balls, but again, they're being a little bit more judicious with their calling of with the challenges. I guess they're not they're waiting on it to see if they really need to call it. Well, Victor, I don't know. I don't know if it's in their heads or if the talent I thought we had just isn't the talent I thought we had. Maybe they're not the players we think they are. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. None of these guys in big situations are getting the big hits. And you want to have that guy. You want to have that guy who's your clutch, big time hitter when you need it. And they just don't have that. All right, so here we go. Brandon Young back out there. First pitch to the batter, Peters. He tries to square and bunt, but he bunts it foul. 0-1. Yeah, Slicer, I think there's something to be said for that. I agree with you. You can tell that in a lot of the things that happen with the Orioles. Just the other day, the ground ball, the bunt, Jeremiah Jackson's late to cover the bag, and he doesn't put his foot on the bag, and the runner's safe. It cost us. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Here's a swing and a foul back. So quickly 0-2 on Peters. Those types of things, when you are not mentally in the game and concentrating enough and have the discipline, it will cost you. You said it earlier, Slicer. You talked about the little things. Those little things mean a lot. All right, he's at the belt. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Here's a fly ball, right field. Hit pretty well. Tyler O'Neill on the run. He dives and he makes the catch. Nice play by Tyler O'Neill. He was ranging to his left. And at the last minute, he dives and makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. That was a really nice play by Tyler O'Neill. Good for him. 18 people in here. Be sure to hit that like button, folks. One down, number 9 hitter Acuna at the plate. Here's the pitch to him. There's a strike on the low part of the zone, 0-1. That was a nice play by Tyler O'Neill. Got to give him credit. I know they said he's lost a little bit of weight in the offseason. He's gained some flexibility. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Outside and low. Ball 1. And I think that's a big part of the game. I've said it before. I think these ball players are like fine china. They're great to look at. But just the smallest little nick, and they fall apart. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle, right at the second baseman. He's got it, and that is the second out. It was where he was positioned. He was positioned right by second base, was the second baseman, and the ball was hit up the middle, and it was right to him. 2 down in the inning, just like that. Hitting is contagious, Jeff. And not hitting is just as contagious. I would agree. All right, here's Mydroth again, back to the top of the lineup. He walked his first time up. Sometimes all it takes is one big hit in the clutch or a sparkling defensive play to turn things around. I don't know, Jeff. Inside, ball 1. I don't know. I think this team needs to find I've said it. I said it last year. I'm saying it again. I think their philosophy as a team for hitting is a bad philosophy. 1-0 pitch. That ball was strike right there. High in the zone. It might have caught the zone. It looked like it might have been high, but it was called a strike. So 1-1. He's calling the high strike and he's calling the low strike tonight. 1-1. Here it comes. Outside and low. Ball 2. 2-1. Jeff, I agree with you in a lot of cases, and for most teams, I just don't know that that's the case for this team. I just think it's a philosophy issue. I really do. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a swing and a foul back. That was 93 on the fastball. So he's not overpowering him, but he's obviously being a little bit deceptive because he was behind that pitch. He was late. 27 likes, gang. Be sure to hit the like button coming in. 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle. No, Gunnar cannot get there. And it's into center field for a 2-out base hit by Mydroth. So they've got a 2-out hit, man on first, and they've got speed on the bases. And I think at some point Mydroth is going to be going. He won't be at first base for long. It wasn't a bad pitch by Brandon Young. It's just a good piece of hitting by Mydroth. It was a ball low in the zone, and he went down and got it, and just kind of pushed it into center field. Here's Murakami. Brandon Young is keeping an eye on the runner at first. Here's pitch. No, he throws over to first. So again, they're definitely expecting Mydroth not to hang on long at first base. Mydroth's got a pretty good lead right now. Brandon Young's at the belt. There comes the pitch. There's a fly ball. Center field. No, right field. Over to right field. Tyler O'Neill is there. He's got it, and that's your inning. Good inning, Birds. O's get out of it. No runs. 1 hit. Man left. Top of the 4th inning coming up. We got no score. Jeez, we got a pitcher's duel. Nobody's having fun. They are really tight. I can almost feel it through the TV. Maybe it's just too much expectations. Jeff, I think you're 100% correct. If you watch the Orioles, in 2023, when that team won, in early, I'm sorry, let me go back. In 2023, when they won 100 games, or whatever it was, that team was having fun. And I get it. You always have fun when you're winning. Even in 2024, that first half of 2024, they were having fun. They still won 91 games. They were having fun. But that second half, the end of the second half and into the playoffs of 2024, when things got tight and things weren't going their way, you're right. It seems like they lost the joy and the fun of playing. And that just has not come back. And part of that is the pressure and the expectations, Jeff. I agree with you 100%. I do think there's something to be said for that. I think there's something to be said for that. And you know what? That's on them. Get over it. Get over it. Because this is your job. Expectations are going to be high, period. Get over it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You got to get over it. Get through it. Get past it and play ball. Rely on your talent and get it done. And they're just not doing it. So here we go. Gunner's at the plate. Fetty's ready. First pitch to him. Here it comes. There's a strike high. 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Nope. In the dirt. Ball. 1-1. Yeah, Jeff, I agree. I just think at some point you've got to, you're always going to have pressure. There's going to be expectations. Get used to it. Get over it and play ball. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a foul. 1-2. Part of it, again, I just think it's the approach. Every hitter on the Orioles looks like they're trying to pull everything. Looks like they're trying to jack every ball. Understand the at-bat, understand the count, understand the situation. And there's strike 3 on Gunner again. A ball high in the zone. That's a ball. And he swings at it up in the zone for strike 3. And that's 1 out. It's just not, there's just no discipline. That ball's not a strike. That's out of the zone. Well, Slyster, unfortunately, that's just part of the game now. That's not going to change. That's every manager. Here's Alonso. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. I don't know what's going on with Gunner. He doesn't look like he's enjoying himself at all. He doesn't have that intensity. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Outside, ball 1-1. I mean, maybe he is lost. I don't know. Or maybe he's lost confidence. But whatever it is, somebody's got to get something going. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 2. And I feel bad for Pete Alonso because here's a guy coming over from the Mets, signs a $155 million contract. So there's a lot of pressure on him. And now he has even more pressure, added pressure, because he wants to do well for his new team. 2-1 pitch on the way. There's a strike, 2-2. And on top of it, his entire teammates, none of them are hitting. So now he feels like he's got to carry the team. That's tough for sure. 18 again here. We're still at 27 likes, gang. Let's see if we can get to 30. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a fly ball. That ball's hit pretty well. The center fielder. Nope, he's going to get there, though, and that is the second out. So 2 down for the Orioles here in the top of the 4th inning. Just can't get anything going offensively. Victor, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen here. I don't think they'll do that here. Because that's basically saying you're starting over. Here's Rutschman. First pitch inside, but it's called a strike. So 0-1. That looked high and inside. Like I said, the ump is giving you the strike high and the strike low. They're playing Adley to pull for sure. Second pitch is a ball. It's a changeup low in the dirt. 1-1. Oh, Victor, I agree. I have no worries about Pete Alonso. His pedigree speaks for itself. 1-1 pitch. That ball's high. 2-1. This is a guy over the course of his career so far, 8 major league, 9 major league seasons, whatever it is. He's averaged 40 home runs. His pedigree speaks for itself. All right, 2-1 pitch to Rutsch. Here it comes. That ball is high, 3-1. See, those are good takes by Rutschman. Those are balls that right now Gunnar Henderson is swinging at. Rutschman's not swinging at them. Those are good takes. They're balls high in the zone. 3-1. Here it comes. Here's a swing and a foul back. 3-2. Tyler O'Neill is on deck. I think our next game, excuse me. The thumbnail is out there. I think our next game is Friday against the Giants back home in Baltimore. Rutschman's got a 3-2 pitch coming. Here it is. High, ball 4. He walks him. That's a good at-bat right there by Adley Rutschman. Very good. Like seeing that. Some close enough pitches that you might offer at him, but he's seeing the ball well. He takes the pitches. He draws a 2-out walk. Gets Tyler O'Neill to the plate. That's good. It's the kind of discipline you want to see at the plate. Here's O'Neill. At the belt. Here's the pitch. There's the strike. Oh, and that time he calls it a ball. My goodness. He'd been calling that low in the zone a strike all night. This time he calls it a ball. 1-0. Good for the Orioles, but that looked like a strike to me. 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a foul back. 1-1. Again, Tyler O'Neill. I mean, he's swinging like he's trying to hit that ball 500 feet right there. But on that pitch, middle of the zone right there at 95, those are, I can understand gearing up for that one. 1-1 pitch. Nope, throws over to first, but Rutschman's back. Wow, I guess they're thinking Rutsch is going to try to steal. Hey, we're up to 28 likes. Thank you, gang. 12 away from our goal. We got a chance tonight. 1-1 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2. Good take by Tyler O'Neill. Good sweeper, a good slider right there. Started in the middle of the plate and tailed away from him out of the zone, and he did not offer. Good take. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a ball high. 3-1. 2 back-to-back good at-bats for the Orioles right now. Rutschman, really good at-bat, drew the walk. Tyler O'Neill is taking some really close pitches that are definitely balls. He's not being overly aggressive. Good job. 3-1 pitch. Here it comes. Fly ball. Left field. Hit pretty well, but it's going to be playable. Austin Hayes is hurt. It's down for a base hit. That ball's going to get in. Rutschman's going to try to score, and he's going to be safe at the plate. They had him, and oh my gosh, let me go over all this with you. They had him at the plate, and the catcher drops it on the slide, and that's a base hit for Tyler O'Neill. Why he's still at first is beyond me. But Rutschman running all the way from first scores, and the Orioles take a 1-0 lead. But somehow something happened to Austin Hayes. Hayes, wow, I hope he's okay. I think he's hurt. So Austin Hayes was chasing after the ball, and as he was chasing after the ball, he pulled up lame, and he couldn't get there, and the ball fell in fair. He quickly gave it to the shortstop, who then tried to throw Rutschman out at the plate, and he had him at the plate. The ball beat him, but the catcher couldn't hold on to it. 1-0 Birds. And see, Tyler O'Neill's not even running. He should have been running. He was standing at the plate. He should have been running the whole time, and he could have been on second base. That makes me angry right there. See, that's bad. You talked earlier. Man, that's upsetting to me. Somebody talked earlier in the chat about mental, right? Mistakes. That's a huge mental mistake by Tyler O'Neill there. Assume the ball is fair until it's not. Run. He stood at the home plate. He just watched it, was holding his bat, and then when he saw it fell in, then he ran to first, and then he had no chance of getting to second base. That's bad. That's bad running. That's great. See, you got both ends of the spectrum right there. Rutschman, whether or not it was fair or foul, he was running. And he scores. And Rutsch is not fast. And then you got Tyler O'Neill standing at home plate watching the ball. Not something I'm happy about there. But it does get Mountcastle to the plate. He should have a runner at second base in scoring position if Tyler O'Neill's running. But he didn't run it out. Now he's at first. But here's Mountcastle. Yeah, he might have sliced her. So 1-0. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive, and that's through into right field for a base hit. Tyler O'Neill is going to make the turn. He's going to go to third, and that's a 2-out base hit for Ryan Mountcastle. A ball out in the middle of the plate, and Mountie just went with the pitch and punches it into right field for a base hit. That's a good piece of hitting right there by Mountcastle. Kudos to him. It gets by the first baseman into right field. O'Neill is running the whole way, and he easily gets to third. So now it's first and third for the Orioles. They got a chance here. They really got a chance here to possibly put a crooked number up. Here's Colton Cowser. First pitch to him is a ball. 1-0. Got to find a way right here, guys. Go get it. Cowser is just your strikeout machine right now. He's got to find a way to get back in the game. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jeff. If he's running, that's an RBI. And it's 2-0 Orioles. The little things. Here's the pitch to him. There's a strike. 1-1 on a sweeper. It's his Achilles heel right now. The league has adjusted back to Colton Cowser. They know he's not good at hitting off-speed pitches, and they are just feeding him off-speed pitches until he can adjust back and learn how to hit them. 1-1 pitch. That's another cutter, and that's high. Ball 2. 2-1. The little things are the difference between wins and losses. If Tyler O'Neill is running that ball out, he's at second. Mountie gets the base hit. He scores. It's 2-0 Orioles. We'll see if it comes back to bite him. Pitch to Cowser. Here it is. Swinging a foul back. 2-2 on a sweeper that time at 81. Now, if I'm Eric Fetty at this point, it's 2-2 count. Something low in the zone, and Cowser's going to offer at it and strike out. Let's see what he does here, though. Cowser's ready. Here's the 2-2. Told you. Swing and a miss on a ball, low in the zone. Strike 3. And Colton Cowser is out, and that's your inning, folks. Orioles do get a run. They should have got 2. Bottom of the 4th coming up. The little things in baseball. Yeah, I think the Orioles are going to have to make... I got to tell you, I really think... Guys, there's 17 in here. We had over 20. We're at 28 likes. Let's see if we can get to that 30 mark. At some point, the Orioles are going to have to make a difficult decision on Colton Cowser. Yeah, Slyster, I think we're at the point now with Cowser that we're going to really have to start making decisions on whether or not he stays up. I really think that task. The only problem, what you could see happen, I think it could happen. I really do. And mark the word. I like Adley's hustle on that too, Jeff. You know, again, he had to hesitate at third base because the third base coach, I guess, wasn't clear, whatever. But he scored on that ball, and that's a big deal. But when I look at Colton Cowser, here's what I'm going to say. You're going to hear it here first. I think next week, not this week, I think next week, Jackson Holliday gets the call, and they're gonna bring him up. They're gonna activate him to the Major League roster. I think the corresponding move. Some people are saying it might be Blaze Alexander. It could be Leody Taveras. It could be Jeremiah Jackson. I think it might be Colton Cowser. I really do. I think you might see Cowser get sent down. Okay? I think you might see Cowser get sent down as a corresponding move to Jackson Holliday getting called up. Because Holliday's got his bobblehead Saturday. I don't think they'll call him up for that. They might, but I don't think they will. But I think Cowser's the corresponding move. And I think Leody Taveras becomes the center fielder for a while for the Orioles. Oh, first pitch squares to the bunt is Vargas, but then he pulls back, but it's a strike anyway, 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Outside. Good pitch, though. Good pitch. 1-1. Maybe Slyster, you might see Mayo follow. The problem is Orioles are going to catch 22. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. In the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1. The issue is with the Orioles, if you send down Cowser, you really don't have a starting center fielder. Leody Taveras is a fine player, but he's not who you want as your everyday center fielder. And if you send Mayo down, who's going to play third? You don't want Blaze Alexander over there. 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball at shortstop. Gunner's got a charge. Throw to first is going to be in time, and that's one down. If you send down Mayo, who plays third? Blaze Alexander, again, is not an everyday player. That's not who you want over there. Who else is going to play? Who's going to play third? Jeremiah Jackson is not an everyday third baseman. It's not. The Orioles don't have options, and they're kind of hamstrung. You got to play these guys. Here's Montgomery. And yet you want to try to compete. Swing and a miss, strike, 0-1. You want to compete, but then you got guys that aren't performing, and they're just in a cluster. They really are in a cluster. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Little high. Ball 1. 1-1. Well, they do, Slicer. I think a lot of that is they're really relying on these young players to take the next step, and they're just not doing it. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball. Second baseman's got it. He's got to go across his body. He throws to first, and he gets him. Nice play by Jeremiah Jackson right there. So 2 good defensive plays by the O's, and that's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, Slicer, I think you're right. They do seem to stay in at catch-22. With the type of player, they always draft best available instead of need. And sometimes that can come back to bite you. They draft all these position players, and they got nowhere to put them. Here's Mill. Squares the bunt, and the ball's up by his head. He gets out of the way, and it's ball 1 on Hill. Yeah, Slicer, that was kind of what I was saying earlier is when I said, maybe these guys aren't who we thought they were. To steal a line from Dennis Green. 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a foul. We thought we had a certain amount of talent on this team coming up, with a number 1 overall pick in Adley, number 1 overall pick in Jackson Holiday. Gunner was a high pick. Cowser was a high pick. Jordan Westberg was a high pick. And right now, none of these guys are panning out. Gunner's not panning out, folks. He's not. He had 2 good seasons. His first season, he had 22 home runs. His first full season. His second full season, he hit 37. That was great. Last year, he hit 17. Didn't have a good season. He's not off to a good start this year. He looks like he's regressing, in my opinion. He doesn't look like he's getting better. 1-1 pitch to Hill. Here it is. There's a swing and a foul. 1-2. No, Victor, I don't think they were brought up too soon because they were doing it at the minor league level. There was nothing left for those guys to prove at the minor league level. They were hitting 300, hitting a lot of home runs. They were doing what they had to do at the minor league level. The issue is the biggest jump any professional ball player makes is from AAA to the major leagues. Single A to AA, double A to AAA. They're jumps. But the big gap in the jump, you go from AAA to the majors is up here. It's such a big jump. Still got a 1-2 count on Hill right here. Let's see if he can get him. Here's the pitch. Way high. Ball 2. 2-2. Two pitch. Here it comes. Ball high. 3-2. So he had him 1-2, and it's now 3-2. 28 likes, gang. Welcome in. 1-0 O's. Bottom of the 4th inning. And right now, 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Inside. Just inside. The Orioles are not going to challenge it, and that's going to be ball 4 to Hill. So a 2-out walk to Derek Hill. That is probably going to be a ball. It's a good no call or no challenge by the Orioles. It would have been a ball inside anyway. So 2-out walk. Here we go. Let's see if it comes back to bite the Orioles. Here's Benintendi. First pitch to him. Swing and a foul straight back. 0-1. Andrew Benintendi, of course, he came up with the Red Sox. He had a couple good seasons with the Red Sox for a while there. Thought he was going to be a big player for them, but it just never really panned out. 0-1, here it comes. In the dirt. Ball 1. Oh, and there goes the runner! Gunner, he throws down the second. It was a delayed steal. And Adley throws down, and he cannot get him. And that's a stolen base for Derek Hill. And again, I don't know if that's a mental error on the Orioles. Let's watch. Brandon Young throws. Yeah, he goes right away. I don't understand how Adley didn't see him go. I mean, he's going, and Adley gets up, and he doesn't even look. Come on, guys. 1-1 pitch in the dirt. They're going to get away from Adley Rutschman, and that's going to take him to third. Oh, my God. That ball was a wild pitch in the dirt, but not that it was the best. Adley tried to backhand it, and it scoots off his glove and goes behind him. And now there's a runner at third. My gracious, this team just finds a way, doesn't it? 2-1 count on Benintendi. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball, left field. It's going to be playable. Yep, he's got it. Taylor Ward's got it. That's the inning. So the Orioles get out of it. They tried not to get out of it. No runs, no hits, a man left. Top of the fifth coming up. 1-0 Birds. They're just not good right now. They're just not playing well whatsoever. 28 likes, gang. We need 12 more to get to our goal of 40. Let's see if we can make it. Be sure to hit that like button as you're coming in. Very happy to have everybody here. Yeah, we got 28 likes. We need 12. We can get 12. We can get 12, gang. Top of the fifth inning. At the end of the fifth inning, we'll do a scoreboard around Major League Baseball to see how all the other games are going for the day. I will say, for what it's worth, congratulations to... oh, wait. What was that? Hold on. Let me go back for a minute. I saw it. What was that? All right, here we go. 17 of you in here. Good to have everybody in. If you're new in here, let me know you're new. Let me know where you're from, and I would love to say hi to you. Let me know who you root for. Who's your team? Do you have a team? Ha-ha! We're up to 31 likes. You guys are amazing. Good job, gang. Thanks, everybody. Kudos to Brandon Young right now. He's keeping the Orioles in this game. All right, here's Mayo. First pitch to him. Here it comes. Ball low, 1-0. 31 likes. We're 9 away. 9 away. So 1-0 count on Kobe Mayo right here. Orioles are clinging to a 1-0 lead. We're in the top of the fifth inning. It must be cold in Chicago. Jeannie, is it cold over there? Everybody is really bundled up. They got blankets. They got jackets. They got gloves. They got hats. People are hugging each other to keep warm. It must be cold. 1-1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-1. That's another one of those pitches that Mayo is kind of like Ryan Mountcastle. Low and away. He can't hit it. 1-1. Here it comes. There's a fly ball. Center field. Shallow. In comes the center fielder. He's not going to get there. He took a step back as if it was going to be over his head. He read it wrong, and the ball was hit shallow off the end of the bat. I thought he hit it better than that, too. And Derek Hill had to run in as fast as he could, and he couldn't get there. And it's a leadoff single. He took 2 steps back. I think he thought it was hit better than that, and he couldn't get there. And it's a base hit for Kobe Mayo. So a leadoff single. Here's Jeremiah Jackson. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Yeah, I don't know, Jeff. I mean, Gunnar was in the World Baseball Classic, and he's not playing well. Tyler O'Neill was in the World Baseball Classic, and he's not playing great. Just thinking of 2 Orioles off the top of my head. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a ground ball to third baseman. Throw to second for 1. Back to first. Easy double play. And just like that, the gift base hit is wiped out by a double play by Jeremiah Jackson. Fun. Back to the top of the lineup for Taylor Ward. First pitch. Swing and a foul right there at the plate. 0-1. Taylor Ward's 1 for 2 in the game. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Outside. Just outside and low. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Strike on the top of the zone. 1-2. It's a good pitch. That is a good pitch. One-two pitch. Here it comes. High. Ball 2. 2-2. 1-0 Birds. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Clinging to a 1-0 lead. They've had a couple opportunities to add on, but nothing major. 2-2, here it comes. Outside, ball 3, 3-2. I think Fetty thought he had one there, but it definitely was a ball. And again, Taylor Ward keeping good at bats. He's run the count full again. Really good at bats by Taylor Ward tonight. Very happy with what I've seen. The power's not there right now, but he is putting good at bats together. Full count to him. Here it comes. Pop up. It's going to be playable. First baseman's giving it a look. He's under it. And he's got it. That's your game. Or that's your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. O's don't get anything again. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 1-0 O's. All right, Victor, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for being here. Thanks, everybody, for the 31 likes. I think it's 31. Yep, 31. You guys are amazing. That's awesome. Very happy with 31 likes. To his credit, Brandon Young for the Orioles has pitched a very good game to this point. I get it. It's the White Sox. But, he's done no runs, 2 hits to this point. And he's kept the Orioles in this game. He's given them a chance to win. And kudos to him. Brandon Young pitching really, really well so far for the O's. Got to give him credit. He's into the 5th inning. Here we go. First pitch. Oh, no. I'm sorry. They're just showing some highlights. Adley was not an option for star of the game, but you're right. He probably should be. First pitch to Cuero is right at Gunnar, who was playing him up the middle. He's got it. It was a ground ball to him. Throw over to first, and that is the first out here in the fifth inning, bottom of the fifth. One pitch, one out for Brandon Young. Very good. Well, yeah, Austin Hayes is certainly not going to be it. And Gunnar is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's certainly not going to be it. Doesn't look like it's going to be any of these guys. Here's the first pitch to Peters. He popped it up. First baseman and second baseman are calling it. But it looks like Alonso's got it, and that is the second out. So just like that, 2 pitches, 2 outs for Brandon Young. That's amazing. That's actually exactly what you want if you're the Orioles. Really nice job so far by Brandon Young. Got to give him credit. Let's see if he can keep it going. Here's Acuna. First pitch, outside, ball 1, 1-0. Acuna is 0 for 1 in the game. One-0 pitch. There's a strike just at the top of the zone. 1-1. Yeah, they have somebody warming in the bullpen for the Orioles. Tyler Wells is warming. I got to be honest with you. If Brandon Young gets out of this inning right here, swing and a foul back, 1-2. He's at 65 pitches. Brandon Young right now is at 65 pitches. Why would let him go? I mean, he can throw, and let him throw another 20 pitches. Get him to 85. 1-2, here it comes. Here's a fly ball, center field. Going to be playable for Colton Cowser. He's under it. He's got it. That's your inning, folks. No runs, no hits, no errors. Brandon Young, great inning right there. Minimal pitches. I think he threw 4 pitches. Top of the 6th inning coming up. The Birds are clinging to a 1-0 lead. Really good job. Got to give him credit. Credit where it's due to Brandon Young. He has kept the Orioles in this game. All right, let's go around Major League Baseball. Bottom of the 9th inning right here. The Reds have a 2-0 lead over the Marlins. Top of the 8th, 4-0 Padres over the Pirates. Top of the 8th, Cardinals 4-3 over the Nationals. Middle of the 6th, the Brewers and the Red Sox are tied 5-5. Top of the 6th, Dodgers are crushing the Blue Jays 7-1. Bottom of the 4th, Tigers Twins 3-3. Jeff, you're in. You guys are in the game. Bottom of the 3rd, Rangers, Mariners are 1-1. Bottom of the 1st, just getting started. Astros already with a 2-0 lead. You have the Braves, Angels, Phillies, Giants later on. Earlier today, the Tampa Bay Rays returned to Tropicana Field after a full year away, and they won 6-4 over the Rays. Good for them. And Kansas City beat the Guardians 4-2. That's your scores around Major League Baseball. Now, I don't understand why you would take him out at 60-something pitches in a game where he's playing really, really well. I don't understand that. I don't know why would you take him out? All right, here's Gunnar. First pitch to him is a ball, 1-0. And we're up to 32 likes. Thanks, gang. 1-0 pitch to Gunnar. Here it comes. There's a fly ball. Right field. That ball's hit really well. If it stays fair, it's gone. And it is gone. It's a home run for Gunnar Henderson. It stayed inside the foul pole. It went around it, and it's a solo shot for Gunnar. He crushed it. It was only a matter of whether or not it was going to stay fair, and it did. He put it like 10 rows up. 2-0 Birds. Gunnar Henderson with the home run. My goodness. He got all of that pitch. It was just a matter of whether or not it was going to stay fair. And it did. It stayed fair. And the O's take a 2-0 lead. He got all of that one. Here's Alonso. First pitch to him is high, 1-0. You know, if there's one person that's going to benefit the most from having Pete Alonso on this team, it's going to be Gunnar Henderson with Pete Alonso hitting behind him. He should see pitches to hit. 1-0 to Alonso. Here's the pitch. Here's a sweeper for a strike. 1-1. Yeah, Jeff, he needed it. But, you know, the home runs are fine. I just want to see him have a good game. Get a single here, a double there, something like that. 1-for-1. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back. 1-2. You know, home runs are great, but you can't be a team that relies solely on the home run. And I tend to think the Orioles do too much. They've got to find a way to be more versatile. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. There's a fly ball. Center field. Right at the center fielder. Derek Hill's there. He's got it. 1 down. You know, Gunnar got all of it. It was a ball up in the zone, and he just turned on it. It was just a matter of whether or not it was going to stay fair. But it gets inside the pole, and it was about 10 rows up. Oh, sorry, gang. What happened to Pete Alonso? What did I miss? Did I miss? What happened to Alonso? How did Pete Alonso get out? Isn't that terrible? I forgot that fast. Here's Adley Rutschman. First pitch to him is a ball. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss or swing and a foul. 1-2. I didn't even see. What happened to Pete Alonso? That fast, I forgot what happened to Alonso. What did he do? Fly out? Oh, that's right. Center field. Yeah, Jeff, no, I agree. He did need it. 1-1 pitch. There's a strike on the bottom of the zone. Good pitch. 1-2. No, he definitely needed it. You're 100% correct. He definitely needed it. It should help his confidence a little bit. 1-2 to Adley. Here it comes. Outside, ball 2. 2-2. It's good to add, you know, the other thing that's important in ball games with good teams are add-on, tack-on runs. That's a big run right there for the Orioles. Gives them a little bit of cushion. 2-2, here it comes. Ball 3. 3-2. So anybody that voted for Gunnar, you guys got a shot. I don't know if the poll's still up. 3-2, here it comes. There's a swing and a foul. Adley's going to stay alive. 31 likes. We are 9 away from our goal. Good to have everybody in here. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Gunnar Henderson with a solo home run here in the 6th gives the Orioles a 2-0 lead. 3-2 to Adley. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Nice dive. Throw to first is going to be in time to get him. It was a ball hit over to the left side. Meidroth ranges to his left, dives for it, gets up, makes an accurate throw, and that's the second out of the inning. Nice play. That was a good play. So 2 down for the Orioles. That's going to bring Tyler O'Neill to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. High strike, 0-1. That pitch has been called all night, except for maybe one time. 0-1, here it comes. Outside and low, 1-1. 2-0 Birds. We're in the top of the 6th inning, gang. This game's starting to get late. 1-1 pitch on the way. Outside and low again, ball 2, 2-1. I don't know about where you guys are, but where I am, it's raining. And we've actually needed the rain, so it's a good thing. 2-1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Nice lunge by the shortstop. Throw to first is going to be in time, and they're going to get him. But Gunnar Henderson with his home run, I think it's his second of the year, puts the Orioles on top 2-0. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mostly cloudy where Jeannie is. Okay, yeah, we're getting some rain here. We are getting some rain here. And I got to be honest with you, folks, we need it. We need the rain bad. We really do need the rain. Hey, thank you to those who subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're getting close to the 1,300 over there on the Birdland Network, so thank you all very much. Yeah, right now, 19 votes. Gunnar is behind Pete Alonso, who's still got 47% of the vote. Heading your way for a week. Really, Jeff? Oh, let us know. We'd love to say hi. If you're going to be in town, we'd love to at least say hello. Tyler Wells is in the game. So 5 innings out of Brandon Young. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Good outing for Brandon Young. Absolutely good outing for Brandon Young. Got to be very happy with that outing. Good for him. So the Orioles are turning it over to Tyler Wells. Going to try to get some multiple innings out of him. Let's see what happens. Yeah, send us a message, Jeff. We'd at least love to say hi and at least take a picture and hang out for a little bit with you guys. Here's Mydroth. Wells is set. Here's the first pitch. There's a strike right there. Center cut at 92 fastball. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball. Base hit. No, I'm sorry. Line drive over the third baseman's head for a base hit. So Mydroth has had a good day. He's been on base 3 times. So a leadoff single for Mydroth. Tyler Wells to date has not had a good start to his season. Well, yeah, they pulled Brandon Young 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Murakami's at the plate. Tyler Wells is set. Here's the pitch. Pop up. Alonso and Adley are giving it a chase. Alonso does not. Oh, he did get there. Oh, my goodness. I thought he dropped it at first. He lunged like this at the very last second. I didn't think he caught it, but he actually did. And that's the first out. 1 down. Woo, foul pop. And Alonso holds on for the out. My gracious. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's a big out. Here's Vargas. Tyler Wells is at the belt. No, he throws over to first. Yeah, they're definitely keeping on Mydroth tonight. All right, Wells is set. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, and that's going to get by Adley, and he can't find it, so Tyler Wells has to go get it, and the runner's going to move up to second. It's 60 feet 6 inches to home plate. I think Tyler Wells threw that one about 57 inches, or 57 feet. But Adley's he's trying to backhand too much stuff. instead of getting in front of the ball. So a 1-0 count. Now they got a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. That ball's low. 2-0. Pitch. In the dirt again. Ball 3. 3-0. Tyler Wells is really struggling to start this season. He's not looking good at all. He gives up the line drive base hit to Meidroth. A wild pitch in the dirt allows him to move up. He almost throws another one. And he's got a 3-0 or 3-1 count here on Vargas. I'm sorry, 3-0 count. I'm swinging away if I'm Vargas. Here's the pitch. Strike right there. 3-1. Yeah, I don't think I understand it either, Slyster, Jeff. I don't know why they pulled him. It's not like he was at 85, 90 pitches. The kid was in the 60s. I just don't understand it. 3-1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Center cut. Kind of said, here it is. Hit it. Challenged him. And Vargas wasn't able to get it. Well, I don't know, Slyster, I don't think Tyler Wells is this guy that I think is going to be the savior, but I do think he's a good pitcher who's got good stuff and can be very effective. He's just not doing it. Again, it's about execution. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. 3-2 pitch. He's holding really long. Here it comes. There's a swing and a foul straight back. Man, he held really long on that, Wells did. We're going to do it again, 3-2. Yeah, I don't think Tyler Wells is anything that's like a savior to the Orioles, but I think he can be a big help to them, and he can be very effective out of the pen. He's just not executing. 3-2, here it comes. Swing and a miss, they got him. A slider at 84, and Vargas was way out in front of it. That's the first out of the inning. That was a nice pitch by Tyler Wells right there. Got to give him credit on that one. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's going to bring Colson Montgomery to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch is on the way. Here it comes. High, ball 1. So 1-1 count here on Colson Montgomery. Man on second. 1 down. 2-0 Orioles. White Sox trying to get on the board. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second again. And that one gets by Gunnar into center field. And now Meidroth is going to go to third. So a 1-2 count. Gunnar threw back behind the runner again. Gunnar, another one hopper. Gunnar did not handle it well. It gets by him and goes into center field. And that allows the runner to move up. That's a ball Gunnar's got to have, though. There's no reason why he can't stop that. So now a fly ball it's 2 outs in the inning, so we'll see. 1-2, here's the pitch. Pop up. Third base is calling it. Mayo's under it. He's got it. That's the inning. And the Orioles they are walking the tightrope tonight, gang. My goodness. Let's go. Top of the 7th inning. They're throwing the shutout, but my gracious. They are not sloppy baseball by the Orioles tonight. If you're facing anybody that's even relatively good, You're probably losing this ball game right now. Well, he wasn't good on that play, Slyster. He definitely he's got to stop that ball. He just whiffed on it. He just totally whiffed on it. Top of the seventh inning, top of the seventh inning, gang. At the end of this inning, we'll go ahead and we'll give you another score update around the league, see what teams are doing. Man, we're just not playing well at all. I mean, got the lead right now, which is great, but now watching the commercial, it's got Andre Agassi on it. I keep forgetting he's getting old. All right, here we go. Mountie, Colton Cowser, Kobe Mayo. 2-0 Birds. Mountie is ready. Here's the first pitch to him. Swinging a foul back, 0-1. That ball was high, but he swung at it anyway. $14 people watching. I don't know if we're going to make it tonight. We might. 31 likes, need 9 more. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Third baseman's going to charge. Oh, and it goes under his glove! It goes under his glove and into left field for a base hit. I don't know if they'll give him a base hit on that or if they're going to call that an error on the third baseman. He charged the ball. The shortstop was charging the ball. Third baseman tried to cut it off, and it went under his glove and into left field. I don't know if they're going to call that an error or if they're going to give him a base hit on that. It would have been a tough play, but if he fields it cleanly, he gets him. But no, they're giving him a base hit. They're giving him a base hit. So a leadoff single for Ryan Mountcastle. Here's Cowser again. First pitch, swing and a miss. 211 on the season for Cowser. No home runs, 1 RBI, 10,000 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch. Ball low. 1-1. That was a changeup. Again, they just won't. No, they didn't give it an E5, Jeff. They gave him a single. Yeah, if he cleans it, if he picks it cleanly, if he fields it cleanly, he's probably got him. It would have been a tough play, though. 1-1 on Cowser. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a sweeper. 1-2. And you can see the frustration on Cowser's face. He cannot hit. He can't hit off-speed pitches, period. He just cannot hit off-speed pitches. And it's going to be, I hate to say it, it's going to be his downfall in the major leagues. So 1-2 count on Cowser. Here's the pitch. Ball, changeup in the dirt, 2-2. There's absolutely no reason to throw Cowser a fastball. He just no reason to throw it. And these teams know it, and they are not giving in to him, and he is not adjusting. He's got a 2-2 count on him here. He needs a big hit. Here's the pitch. Ball 3-2. He looked like he wanted to swing at that ball. It was a sweeper low, and he looked like he was going to offer at it. And if he would have struck out. But he held up. So credit to him. Full count to Colton Cowser. Let's see if he can do something with it. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fly ball. Right field. Hit fairly deep, but it's going to be playable by the right fielder. He's got it. That's the first out. Now Castle's got to go back to first. And one down. Here comes Kobe Mayo. Jeremiah Jackson on deck. Taylor Ward in the hole. 2-0 Birds. We're in the top of the 7th inning, guys. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Orioles. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the White Sox. Here's Mayo. First pitch to him. Ground ball right to the second baseman. He's going to step on the bag for 1. Back to first for the double play. Mydroth, the second baseman, was playing up the middle. Kobe Mayo hit it right up the middle. Mydroth grabs it, steps on the bag, throws to first. That is your inning, folks. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the O's are clinging to a 2-0 lead. Whew. No, Jeff, I think there's something to be said for that. If you look at all these players, nobody looks like they're having fun. Nobody looks like they're having fun. They all look tense. They all look tight. They all look pressured. They all look like they're definitely, they're pressing. All of it. It's you can see it on their faces. Even Gunnar hitting that home run, it didn't look like he's not having fun. It's you can see it. Excuse me. But again, to their credit, it's 2-0. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitching has done well enough to keep them in the game. They've almost tried to give the game away. They've had some very bad mental errors in this game, which I've not been happy about. But to this point, they've done what they've had to do to keep the lead. It's 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. And they're doing what they need to do. Still 9 legs away, gang, from 40. We might get there tonight. That would be amazing if we did. Thank you. All right, here's Tyler Wells. He is back out on the mound. And his first pitch to Derek Hill is on the way. And that ball is high, 1-0. Bottom of the 7th inning, 2-0 O's. Derek Hill, Andrew Benintendi, and Edgar Quiro are the hitters for the Chicago White Sox. Thanks, Sony. 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a foul. 1-1. Thank you, Sony. I appreciate it. Our next broadcast is going to be on Friday. I think it's Friday against the Giants at Oriole Park. That should be a good game. Hope you guys can join us for that. 1-1 count on Derek Hill. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-2. Nice pitch. A slider on the outside part of the plate, and he couldn't reach it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, Hill is back in the box. Tyler Wells is at the belt. 1-2 on the way. There's a slider just outside for ball 2, 2-2. Looks like Rico Garcia is warming in the Orioles bullpen. He's had a good start for the Orioles. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. There's a fastball just off the corner. Oh, and they called him out. Strike 3. Is he challenging? Oh, okay. So Derek Hill is challenging. He's going to win the challenge. That was a ball on the outside part of the plate. They called it a strike, but I think it's a ball. Yep, it's a ball. That's what I thought. So the White Sox challenge, and they win that challenge. That's a ball. So it's a 3-2 count. That's a good challenge by Derek Hill right there. Bottom of the 7th inning. You need runners. Good challenge right there. I like that challenge. And it was definitely a ball. Here we go. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4, walk. So see, this is what the ABS system does for the game. It changed the entire complexion of that at bat. If you don't have the ABS system right there, he's out. He's out. It's 1 out, nobody on. Instead, he draws a walk. There's a man on first, nobody out. There's some pressure now put on the Orioles. It totally changes. It can change the total complexion of at bat. Here's Benintendi. Wells is set. Here's the pitch. Here it comes. That's a curveball on the inside portion of the plate for a ball, 1-0. It's the total difference in. It just can change the entire complexion of an at bat, of an inning. It can. It just can, and it did there. 1-0 pitch. Here it comes outside. Ball 2. 32 likes, gang. Thank you very much. 8 to go. We're almost there. Tyler Wells has got to find it here. He's got a man on first with 2 and a 2-0 count on this guy. Walks the first hitter. Cannot walk this one. Here's a strike on a changeup. 1-2. Orioles looking for a ground ball at somebody right here. That's what they need. 2-1 count. Wells is set. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Right field. That ball has hit a ton, but it's going to be foul. Benintendi kind of hit one like Gunnar, but he really pulled his, and he pulls it foul. So this count is even at 2-2. We are even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back. We're going to do it again. I don't know that Tyler Wells finishes this inning. He's at 25 pitches. If this guy reaches, they probably will bring in Rico Garcia. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Outside, ball 3. Yeah, Wells is definitely, to start the season, Tyler Wells is struggling. He has not looked clean at all in pretty much every game he's pitched, including today. 3-2 pitch. He's going to go here. I would throw over. Nope. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's out. Throw to second. Another one hopper by Adley. And the runner at second is safe, but Gunnar is saying challenge it. He thinks he got him. The Orioles are going to look at it. Oh, and the Orioles are going to challenge. They gave the notice like they're going to challenge. Gunnar said, hey, challenge it. I think I got him. And that's what they're going to do. Let's see if they got him. Again, it wasn't a good throw. I mean, he's on the bag right there. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Did he? Oh, he came off. He came off the bag. Watch his leg. Watch his left leg right there. He's off. I don't know if that's enough there. Did his leg come off enough? Like, he's safe easily. Then he overrides the bat. He's out. Oh, that's going to be close, gang. I think it's a good... Oh, he's out. He's definitely out. He is off the bag. Look at all the space between him and the... He's out. They're going to call him out. Absolutely, they're going to call him out. That is clear. He came off the bag. Derek Hill is out. He knows it. Right there, look. They're showing it at second base. You can see the space between his leg and the bag, and you can see brown dirt the entire way. He's out. That's conclusive. Here it comes. After review. He's out! He's out! They confirmed it! He is out! Gunnar kept the tag on his leg. That was smart. He did not. That was smart. He played through the play. And he kept the tag on the leg, and Derek Hill's leg came off the bag, and that's an out. Good play by Gunnar there to play through it until the play was finished. That was smart. 2 down for the Orioles, nobody on. That was huge. Here's Kiro. First pitch to him is strike on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. So finally, we get some heads-up ball playing by the Orioles there. 0-1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. High, ball 1, 1-1. 1-1. That was a nice play by Gunnar there. You got to give credit to him. Kudos to him to keep the glove on until the play was finished. And it worked. It paid off for the Orioles. 1-1 on the way. There's a swing and a foul back. 1-2. So quickly, Tyler Wells has got a 1-2 count on Kiro here. Let's see if he can put him away and get out of this inning. One-two pitch. Swinging a foul back again. So 1-2 count on Edgar Kiro, the catcher, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Pitch number 32 for Tyler Wells is on the way. Here it is. Fastball, 92 mile an hour. It's short center field. Gunner's out. In comes Colton Cowser. He calls him off, and he's got it. That's your inning, folks. No runs. 1 hit. None left. We're heading to the top of the 8th inning. Birds got the lead. 8-8. Top of the 8th inning. 2-0 Birds. I got to get checked. I can't talk anymore. Good job, O's. Good job, O's. Good job to everybody that came in tonight, too. 32 likes tonight. That's really good. So far this season, that's our high. So I appreciate that. It means a lot. Jeremiah Jackson, Taylor Ward, Gunnar Henderson. Let's do another look around Major League Baseball, see where we are. Bottom of the ninth inning, 5-0 Padres over the Pirates. Nationals end to 8. Nationals have a 9-6 lead over the Cardinals. Top of the 8th inning, Brewers and Red Sox are still tied 5-5. Bottom of the 7th inning, 13-1 Dodgers over the Blue Jays. Twins 5-3 over the Tigers in the top of the 6th. Congratulations, Jeff. Mariners, Rangers 1-1 in the top of the 6th. Astros 3-0 over the Rockies, top of the 4th. Braves, Angels are just getting started. Phillies, Giants just getting started. Rays beat the Cubs earlier today, 6-4. Royals beat the Guardians 4-2 earlier today. And the Reds beat the Marlins 2-0. That, folks, is where we are. I think we'll go ahead and end the poll with 50% of you guys saying Gunnar Henderson's going to be the player of the game, and he may very well be. He had the home run. He had a good play at second base right there. Those are both very good and very important plays, so I can see it. So here we go. Jeremiah Jackson, Taylor Ward, Gunnar Henderson, 9-1-2. There's a fly ball into left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Jeremiah Jackson's going to make the turn, but he's going to hold it first. So a leadoff single for Jackson. Who's going to get dealt at the trade deadline, Jeff? Oh, it's really the Minnesota Joe Ryans. When he starts, we have a... Oh, Joe Ryan's going to get traded. I got you. Here's Taylor Ward. First pitch to him is a ball, 1-0. Eighth inning, Orioles holding a 2-0 lead on the White Sox. Folks, if you're just coming in, be sure to hit the like button as you're coming in. Our goal was 40 likes. We're at 32 likes. Lucas Sims is now pitching. There's a strike on the inside corner, a four-seamer at 92 miles an hour. So we got a 1-1 count on Taylor Ward, who's had a good day, 1 for 3 with a double. He's hit the ball well. The counts have been good. He's not had bad at-bats today. 1-1 pitch on the way. Way high, ball 2. Two-one pitch. There's a strike right there. A sweeper. Just hit the corner. 2-2. There we go. We got the 33 likes. Thanks, gang. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a pop-up. Second base. He's under it. He's going to get it. And that is the first out of the inning. So 1 down. That's going to bring Gunnar back up to the plate. Let's see what he can do this time up. 1 for 3 in the game with a home run and 2 strikeouts. Here we go. First pitch to Gunnar. There's a strike. Center cut right down the middle. And Gunnar takes it. Fastball. 0-1. 0-1 pitch on the way. Gunnar is set. Here it comes. Swinging a foul back. 0-2. So they're staying up in the zone on Gunnar here. They know they're gonna keep going up the ladder on him until he can hold off on a pitch. First pitch was kind of up, and he didn't swing at it. Second pitch was up more. He did swing at it. He struck out on high strikeouts earlier. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider. Bad at bat by Gunnar there. And this is what worries me about Gunnar Henderson is the inconsistency of the at-bats. He's had 4 at-bats in this game. 3 of the at-bats were horrible. I mean, really bad at-bats. And then, the one he got the home run on. Okay, great. But he's not looked good. Here's Pete Alonso. First pitch to him. Low, outside, ball 1. Excuse me. So we still got him in on first with 2 outs here. Love to see Pete Alonso get going. 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball, a strike, 1-1. I said ball, I meant strike, 1-1. Did we get the 34 likes? We did get the 34 likes. Thank you, gang. That's great. 1-1 pitch is on the way. Here it comes. Swinging a foul. Oh, the runner, Jeremiah Jackson, was going on that. He's got to go back as Pete Alonso swings away and fouls it off. So 1-2 count on Alonso here. Top of the 8th inning. Orioles clinging to a 2-0 lead. Alonso is ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside. There goes the runner down to second. They're going to get him easily. He was out by a mile. He didn't even get to the bag. He started sliding 5 feet away, and they tagged him. Have you guys ever seen Major League when Wesley Snipes tries to steal second base, and the guy's there, and he's like 10 feet away, and the guy goes like, come on, come on. That's kind of what that was. Jeremiah Jackson was out by a mile. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. 2-0 Birds. just when I start to get some sort of confidence in the Orioles, they do something like I'm trying to have confidence in Gunnar, and after the 2 strikeouts, and then he hits a home run, and then I'm like, oh great, he hit a home run, maybe this is going to be it, and then he comes back and he strikes out terrible, and then we get a runner on, and then he gets thrown out by about 15 feet. It wasn't even close. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here we go, folks. Hang on. Wasn't even close. All right, gang, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go to the restroom. 1-0 count on Peters. Get everything set up here. There we go. So Rico Garcia is in the game for the Orioles. 1-0 count on Peters. Here's the pitch to him. That's a strike on the inside corner. 1-1. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Hey, we got the 35 likes, too. That's amazing. Good job, everybody. Thank you very much. 1-1 count on Tristan Peters. Inside, ball 2, 2-1. Well, what did I do? What was everybody saying? Oops, to. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2. Did I do something? Did I show something I wasn't supposed to show? Genie. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. They got him. Strike 3. 1 down. All right, here's Acuna. First pitch swinging is a ground ball to Gunnar, and that's going to be a throw to first, and that is 2 quick outs for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Enrico Garcia is making quick work of him right here. I looked down at my phone for a second, and he swings at the first pitch, and it's a ground ball to Gunnar Henderson, who throws over to first, and we got 2 quick outs. So here's Mydroth. First pitch to him is a strike, 0-1. He's had a good day, 2 for 2 and a walk. He's reached base 3 times for the White Sox today. Oh, 1 pitch, swinging a foul back, 0-2. Oh, okay. You guys talking about that? Yeah, he was thrown out by a mile. Quickly 0-2 on Mydroth here. Let's see if Rico Garcia can put him away. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1, 1-2. I think we got 35 or 36 likes, gang. Thank you very much for that. That means a lot. We're very close here. 1-2 pitch from Rico Garcia. Here it is. Swinging a ground ball to the second baseman. Jeremiah Jackson's got it. Throw to first is in time. And that's your inning, folks. 1-2-3 inning. Orioles get out of it again. We're heading to the top of the 9th inning. 2-0 Birds. I'm sure Ryan Helsley will be warming in the Orioles bullpen as we get ready. Again, guys, we will be back. I think it's on Friday to call the Giants-Orioles game from Oriole Park. Be sure to join us for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. In the meantime, if you like any Disney content, we do a lot of Disney content. We live down in the Florida area near Orlando. We're very close to the parks. My wife and I are big Disney fans as well. We have a Disney channel with almost 30,000 subscribers. We go live from the parks. We do a lot of Disney content, a lot of fun stuff. So if you're ever interested in that, please join us over there as well. The channel name is called Mouse Talk. If one of my mods could put that out there, I'd appreciate it. We have a really good time over there. It's very family friendly. The community is very nice. It's also a community where we're very diligent with our mods to keep it nice. So if people come in and make trouble, they're gone the same day. But if it's something you think you might like, please come join us. We'd love for you to do that. You're always welcome in there. You'll feel welcome. You'll have a good time. People will talk to you. They'll chat with you. They'll make you feel at home. And you'll have a good time with it. I promise you that. And tonight, we got 37 likes, gang. That's amazing. Thank you all very much. 37 likes as we head to the top of the 9th inning. The Orioles are clinging to a 2-0 lead. Pete Alonso, Adley Rutschman, Tyler O'Neill coming up. With 37 or 38 likes. That's amazing. Pete Alonso, first pitch swinging. Is a ground ball to third base. Throw over to first. In time. 1 down. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Pete Alonso is struggling in his Orioles debut. He'll be fine. I'm sure of it. $38 likes tonight. That's amazing. Thank you, gang. Here's Rutschman. He's 0-2 with a walk. He did score a run, though. One of the 2 runs scored. Here's a pitch to him. Strike on the lower part of the plate. 0-1. Yep, Ryan Helsley is warming in the bullpen for the O's. 0-1 pitch. Here's a curved ball in the low and inside. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball, 94 miles an hour, swinging a foul back. 1-2. Orioles have won 8 consecutive games at Wright Field. They've won 8 consecutive series against the White Sox. 1-2 pitch. There's a strike 3. You're out on the corner. But Rutschman's going to challenge. He's saying it's low. I think he's out. I think it caught the zone. It was a low pitch. Is it outside the zone? No, he's out. Yep, strike 3. I thought it was a strike 2. I thought it was. He challenges it, and he loses the challenge, and Adley Rutschman is out. That's the second out of the inning, and the Orioles lose the challenge. They got 1 left. Hopefully it doesn't matter, but we'll see. And here's Tyler O'Neill. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike. 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Should be an easy play. He charges. Throws to first. That, folks, is your inning. And here we go. Bottom of the ninth inning coming up. The O's are 3 outs away from a win. Can they get it? We're going to find out as Ryan Helsley makes his way in from the bullpen. Chris, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. General Lauder, welcome in. You think the White Sox can come back? I mean, they can. I don't know if they will, but they can. What do you mean, Chris? You're going to Philly for the O's? What do you mean for the O's? The O's aren't playing the Phillies. Can you explain? Top of the ninth, or bottom of the ninth inning coming up. We got a shot at 40 legs. We're doing really good, gang. Hang in there. We got 7 of you still hanging in there. I appreciate that. It's going to be Murakami, Vargas, and Montgomery for the White Sox in the bottom of the ninth inning. Ryan Helsley is going to come into the game for the O's. Let's see if the O's can get it done. So, yeah, they have the 3 games against the White Sox. Then they have the Giants and Arizona in Baltimore. And then the Orioles go on the road to Cleveland to play the Indians. Yes, I still call them the Indians. So this next 3, 6, 9, 13 games, all are very winnable for the Orioles. Ryan Helsley, 3 games so far this year, 2 saves in 2 opportunities. He's got a 3.86 ERA, 15.4 Ks per 9 innings, 3.9 walks per 9 innings, 3.86 ERA. He's had limited opportunities so far. Yeah, I think there is 39 legs. That's great. One more and we'll get to 40. Here's Murakami. Helsley is set. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1. That was way high. Fastball at 99 miles an hour. High, ball 1. Now, the big thing for the Orioles right here is got to get the leadoff hitter. Get the first guy. You know, got to get the first guy here. This is going to be the big one. No runners on base right here. Just can't have a runner on base. Brings the tying run to the plate, and it can cause havoc. 1-0 pitch. Fastball again at 98, but it's a ball low. 2-0. Helsley's got a 2-0 count right here. Let's see what he can do. 2-0 pitch. That's high. Another fastball at 99, but it's high for a ball. So just like that, Ryan Helsley comes into the game, and he's already throwing gasoline on the fire. 3-0 count on the first hitter he's going to face. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Another fastball just catches the corner. 3-1. Murakami was thinking about it, but he does not challenge. So 3-1 count. Pitch. Ball 4 in the dirt. So the White Sox get the leadoff hitter on. They got exactly what they wanted. They get the leadoff hitter on. They're probably not going to pinch run from Murakami because they're down 2. His run doesn't mean anything. It's the guy at the plate that means something. And that guy at the plate is going to be Miguel Vargas. 0 for 3 in the game. He does have a home run on the season. First pitch to him is a ball. Ball 5. Thrown 6 pitches, 5 of them were balls. 1-0 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Fastball, strike, right there at 97. 1-1. I got to tell you, folks, the O's just don't make it easy. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a slider for a ball. 2-1. I think I have an ulcer from watching these Orioles games. Yeah, we got one leg to get to 40. So 2-1 count. Helsley is set. Here's the pitch. There's a slider. It just catches the top of the zone for a strike. 2-2. It was a strike. It definitely was a strike, but it was close. He almost misses. So 2-2 count. Two pitch on the way. Ball 3 in the dirt. Full count. So now Helsley's really got to be careful here because, yeah, he's really got to be careful here because at this point, if this hitter reaches, you've got the winning run in Montgomery coming to the plate with nobody out. So this is a big pitch right here for Ryan Helsley. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he walks him. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks. So now the Chicago White Sox have first and second. Nobody out. Oh, my. In the bottom of the 9th inning. And what the Orioles are going to do here, what's going to happen here is this, folks. Montgomery's at the plate. The Orioles are at now, all the infielders are talking about what's going to happen. They're probably anticipating a bunt. And they want to make sure that everybody knows who's covering what, depending upon where he bunts it. If he bunts it up third base, is Blaze Alexander going to cover the bag? Or is he going to try to, field the ball? Is Gunnar going to swing to cover third? Same on the other side. If it's first base side, who's covering? That's what they're talking about. I would assume there probably will be a bunt here, even though it's the number 4 hitter. They want to get the runners in scoring position. Let's see. Helsley set. He does not square the bunt, and it's another ball. 1-0. He did not square the bunt. Doesn't mean he won't this time, but he did not square the bunt on the first one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a ground ball. Nice play by Pete Alonso to save it. He dove to his left. It was down the line. Alonso got there and dove and saved what probably would have been a tie game. The runners move up. It's second and third with 1 out. But what a great play by Pete Alonso right there. He saves a double down the line and probably a tie game. Good job by Helsley to cover. But now they're second and third, 1 out. Man, oh man. What a good play by Pete Alonso. That's going to bring Sosa to the plate. Not Sammy Sosa. Lennon Sosa at the plate. First pitch to him. Here it comes. There's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. 0-1. James Houlihan, welcome in. Let's go White Sox beat Baltimore. They might. They got second and third. They've got a shot. Welcome in, James. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a foul straight back. So quickly 0-2 on Sosa. White Sox fans are up. They're excited. They got a shot. They've got a shot. A base hit probably scores both. But that being said, Sosa's down in the count, 0-2. $10 p.m. is about to be the time here on the East Coast. Let's see what happens. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. He's going to do it again. And I think we hit the 40 likes. I think we actually got to 40. We did. Nice job, everybody. Thank you so much. We hit 40 likes. That's amazing. Let's hope we keep it. Sosa's set. Helsley's set. Here's the 0-2. Check swing again, and he fouls it off. So we're going to stay at 0-2. Sosa is keeping this at bat alive. Good for him. He's keeping his at bat alive. He's doing what he's got to do. He's checking swings. He's putting bat on ball. If nothing else, he's keeping the at bat alive. He's got second and third. One out. A base hit will probably tie the game. Here's the pitch. He takes it. Good take right there by the hitter, Sosa. 1-2. Now, if I'm the Orioles here, if I'm Gunner, I get it. You want to play straight up, but try to cheat a little bit and keep that runner at second as close to the bag as you can so he doesn't get a very good secondary lead. But Vargas has got a good secondary lead. Here's a ground ball right at Gunner. The runner at third's going to score. They're going to allow him to score to get the out at first. So, and that's the second out of the inning. The runner at third does score, though. So they do get a run. It's now 2-1. Smart by Gunner. Take the out. It's the second out now. You still only got the guy at second. You're now 1 out away from winning the game. It's 2-1, but you got a big out right there. That's a good play by Gunner. No need to force it at the plate. Anything could happen. You could throw the ball away. You could short hop it, miss the tag. You never know. Take the sure out. Now it's up to Helsley to get Benintendi. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball. Oh, that's going to be a dribbler up the mound or up the third base side. That's going to be an infield base hit. Blaze Alexander was playing back. And Benintendi hits a dribbler up the third base line, and it's going to be a base hit. The runner at second advances to third. It's still 2-1, but it's now first and third. It was a good pitch on the inside part of the plate, but Benintendi did everything he could to fight it off, and by doing so, he hit a dribbler up the line for a base hit. Now, if you're the Orioles here, and if you're the White Sox here, how do you play this if you're the White Sox? Right? Because Benintendi is not a very good runner. Now, are you going to pinch run for him and maybe try to get a guy in the scoring position at second base so that a base hit and you could win the game? Or are you just you're not going to take that chance? Me personally, I don't think the White Sox are going to try to steal here at first base. They don't want to run themselves out of this game, so they're just going to have to rely on Edgar Quiro here to get a hit to tie this game up. So here we go. Quiro's ready. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike. 0-1. He is 0 for 3 in the game tonight, is Edgar Quiro. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Another fastball on the inside part of the plate. It's called a strike, but the hitter is challenging it. He's saying it's a ball. He's going to challenge it. He's going to lose the challenge. That's a strike. Yep, he loses. It's a strike. It definitely caught the plate, and that's now 0-2, and the White Sox are now out of challenges. No, they got one more. I'm sorry. They got one challenge left. But it's an 0-2 count on Edgar Quiro right here. Helsley is set. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1-2. 100 miles an hour. It was just off the plate. One-two pitch on the way. Here it comes. He got him! Swing and a miss! And that, folks, is the ball game. Ryan Helsley gets it done, gets the strikeout, and the pull it out 2-1. My gracious. Woo-wee. Man, you talk about a game tonight. My gosh. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 3 on base. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, 6 men left on base for the White Sox. Orioles get the win. My goodness, that was a tough one, folks. Anyway, gang, I hope you all enjoyed tonight. This was a lot of fun. Orioles pull it out 2-1. Again, we'll be back on Friday for the game against the Giants. That's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys can join us for that. You guys are all amazing. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight. This was a lot of fun. Again, final score: the Orioles pull it out 2-1. It was a pitcher's duel, and 2 bad teams. One of them had to win, and luckily it was the Orioles. So I'm glad for that. Thanks, gang. Appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for hitting the goal of 40 tonight. And we'll see you Friday night. And until then, keep rooting for the O's or your team and take care of yourselves and each other. Final score at Wright Field in Chicago, the Orioles 2, White Sox 1. Bye, gang.